we've had a few matches where once 30 out of 40 overs of the game are done, you fairly decently know what the outcome could possibly be. This time around, it's going to be a tough one to call. It started with the innings looking like a very Sunrisers type of run chase, but it's certainly not gone all their way, especially with Kane Williamson and Rahul Tripathi both having departed. Abhishek Sharma is still there, looking good, and he's been joined by Markram, who might just hold the key to the innings. But to further confirm that or deny it, let's go to Michael Vaughan on Cricbuzz Comm Box. Michael, this one's a tough one to call at this stage, isn't it?
Yeah, I still think the Sunrisers are favourites. They are so used to chasing these kind of targets down. But there's something in the pitch. It's just a little bit of grip there. Rabada's still got 2 overs left. I think they're going to be key. Rahul Tripathi has got 2 overs left. He's got a wicket, just got the key one off Tripathi. I don't know. I thought at halfway house, I just think we're in for a nipper. I think we're in for a close one. I don't think it's going to be plain sailing. It doesn't look the kind of surface that it's very easy just to strike. It's not that kind of wicket that you just think from ball one you can start striking the boundaries. So I think we're in for a close game, but I would say that the Sunrisers at this stage are just favourites.
Yeah, that grip would probably be best illustrated by the dismissal of Kane Williamson that sort of held up on him as he drove. But before we describe that, let me just update you, Michael. Combox has struck, Punjab has struck, call it what you like. It is a key wicket. Abhishek Sharma, who's going so well, has been dismissed by Rahul Chahar. 2nd wicket for him.
Yeah, key. I mean, he was playing nicely. He wasn't playing alarmingly quickly. He was just playing rock solid. Left hand again. You know, it's a key component when you've got left hand, right hand there. And he's set, and it looks the kind of wicket that, you know, once you're in, it becomes that little bit easier. It does take a little bit of time to get in. So his role really was to see his team through towards the back end. It's a big breakthrough. Punjab are right in this now. And I just said before, I had Sunrisers as favourites. I think it's 50-50.
Yeah, well, we sort of, Markram is the guy, the solid guy, the second Williamson you've been calling him. I mean, if Williamson doesn't do it, Markram has to take over and play a similar kind of role. At the other end, he's been joined by a dasher in Nicholas Pooran. Very rarely do you see him having a first or a second or a third gear. He tends to get into flying mode. Will he have come out with an instruction? Nicholas, just hold on a little bit. Take us home.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. He does like to be aggressive. There's only really Liam Livingstone that's made batting on this surface look very easy today. Everyone else has struggled. So you have to kind of look back to Liam's innings and think, he was on a different planet. It doesn't look easy. It might be the kind of target that it's worth the Sunrisers risking Nicholas Pooran to go for it, you know, to try and get that scoreboard ticking, to try and get the boundaries, and in particular 1 or 2 sixes to change the whole momentum of the game. Because if one of the firecrackers comes off, I still think they'll get over the line. But it is the kind of surface that wickets will fall because there's just a little bit of nibble there.
Which is why I think it's worth looking at the bowling options one more time before we wrap up on Cricbuzz Comm Box. This is what it looks like. The only person who's travelled, if at all, we don't count Livingstone's over, is Vaibhav Arora at the top. Otherwise, Rabada's picked up the key wicket of Williamson. Rahul Chahar, 2 overs, 1 for 17, has now added one more to it, that of Abhishek Sharma. Arshdeep's overs, Rabada's overs. What about Odean Smith on a surface like this?
Yeah, I mean, variations are with the key, not being predictable. I do think it is the kind of surface that if you do hammer length quite hard, there'll be something variable there for you anyway. I think it's going to just offer you some kind of persistence of movement and uneven bounce. It doesn't seem to be coming onto the bat the same pace every single delivery. So there's a surface there for a bowler to work with. You don't have to try too hard. You've just got to be watching the batter, hitting length hard, and letting the pitch do the rest.
Well, it's, I think one more time, if we can have a look at the batting to come before we wrap, that also will tell a bit of a story. We know there's lots of options for the stand-in captain, if you like, Shikhar Dhawan, who's leading the side today. But in terms of batting, it's not too many as far as Hyderabad are concerned. They've got an untried Shashank Singh to come in next. Marco Jansen, well, he's a bit of an all-rounder, but he's not someone you'd be looking at to win you a game. So you have to say it's Markram, Nicholas Pooran, who hold the key in their hands. Not a mountain to climb, just a bit of a hill, but that hill has a few undulations on it. So Michael, we're saying 50-50 at this stage?
Yeah, 50-50. I have sneak suspicion that the runs on the board might come through.
Well. It is very close. Too close to call. We will, of course, see you at 7:10 when we look at the result of this match and look ahead to Gujarat taking on Chennai in Pune. That's all we have now.